All
All
right.
right, there we
Hello,
go.
YouTube. We are live.
Live.
So you guys know me. I'm Josh. I'm with Rafa Vela here. How's it going today, man?
Uh, Going well, man. Just going well. Pretty good.
That's good, man. That's good. So, yeah, man, you and I are just gonna have a chat, and hopefully, people that want to learn about DMD and how it affects our lives can learn something. Maybe some younger dudes who are watching this can learn a few things as well. Maybe some parents who just had their kid diagnosed or something like that. They don't know what's up. They don't know what the future holds. We can talk about just our lives, our experiences, and we can go from there. So I'm just going to, remind people I am 40 years old with DMD. Just unfortunately, in the last few months, the last 4 or 5 months, I've now been bedbound. But up until then, I was using a wheelchair like 8, 9 hours a day. And uh, been living actually independently on my own since I was 17 years old, with attended services and whatnot to help me stay independent in my own home. Rafa, why don't you just tell people a little bit about yourself, your age, your stage in life, and what's going on with you?
Oh, sure. So, hello. My name is Rafa Vela. My real name is Raphael, but
Nice.
I just go by that name. Um, I'm 29 years old. I just turned 29 in December, so I'm going on 30 this year. And well, thankfully, life has been, for me, it's been on the good end of the stick, and I'm trying to be, and I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful that still able to do a lot of things like eat uh, a ridiculous amount of food. Well,
Yes.
well, lately I've been cutting down on overeating, because I just realized it's not that healthy. It's not healthy for anybody to overeat.
Yeah.
So I just realized, let me just cut down on the amount of food I eat. But yeah, and actually, I am a college graduate. I graduated from the state university system. So it was California State University in San Bernardino, California. So I graduated
Nice.
back in 2017, in June 2017, with a degree in mass communication.
So, what is that exactly for people that don't know?
Mass communication, basically, you're getting into the media spaces, whether it be mainstream media or nowadays, many people are now creating their own platforms, their own
Yep.
either on YouTube or they're making their own websites and making their own content
Yep.
independently. And it's actually, I kind of like that because that way you can hear the personal perspectives of people and not the perspectives of like the news network like CNN, MSNBC, or Fox.
Right.
So you can get to hear an individual's perspective. Now, of course, as we all have been on social media and the YouTube spaces, we know that there are shows, entire shows that have started on YouTube that are not associated with the mainstream media platforms.
Yeah. Exactly.
So I mean, I'm trying to get motivated. I'm trying to get motivated to make a video every day. I know I could do it, but the
Nice.
motivation. I'm trying to get motivated to find content, to find the right words to say. I don't want to. And now because YouTube has put more regulations of you can't say certain things because it's going to be moderated out. It's going to get taken out, or the video might be taken down because there's some stuff that.
Yeah, they've gotten pretty strict on some of their stuff. Like even if you mention the guy who it could be even in a historical context, you could mention the guy who was the leader of Germany during a really terrible time. You
uh
would say his name, and your whole video can be demonetized. But
for
like
yeah
you're
for the
not
video.
actually glorifying it. You're just
Yeah,
talking about it in a historical context.
I'm just
And
yeah.
yeah, so like you, I'm trying to create some more content. I'm trying to talk to guys with DMD like yourself. Um, if if everything were perfect or you had everything you needed, what kind of content would you create?
Actually, I have another platform that I go on. I don't know if you heard of Anchor.fm
Um, yeah, that's for like creating
podcast.
podcasts, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right there is when I go pretty much raw. Right there, I will not be censored there. I go raw there.
Nice.
And also, I'm thinking about creating a website. A website. I was thinking about Patreon, but then I kind of realizing that you can't put any videos that exceed a certain amount of time.
Right.
As long as you're there for I don't know how much time you need to be there posting videos, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't like the platform was not really ideal for me, so I want to go make a web. I'm thinking about making a website,
Yeah, make your own website, right?
and right there,
So
I'm
I
also going to put my raw videos there. I'm not going to censor anything there, not on that website.
right. So at Anchor, is it audio or is it
Just
video?
audio, entirely audio,
Okay.
just audio.
Do you have a link for that? I could probably post it in the chat or something.
Yeah, I'm actually yeah. Oh yeah, I gotta look for it though.
Okay, no worries. Just whatever, or even if I put it in after the video's over, we can put it in that way. And yeah, and share like your any social media you want to share with me and whatnot. I'll put it in the video
Sure.
description. That
Yeah.
way, people can connect with you. So you're talking about creating your own content, and like you just said, you go raw. So, what kind of stuff do you like to talk about?
Yeah. Well, I mean, anything is mostly like political is mostly for I don't know,
Yeah,
like more like entertainment, like the
yeah,
Karen videos. You seen the Karens?
yeah. I've seen the Karens. Yeah,
Because it's just gotten out of control, especially when the pandemic started. After
yeah,
that, that's when they got exposed.
yeah, for sure. Well, the
Uh,
Karens, I think they were already stressed out, people as it were, and then the pandemic came and it went like pandemic stress on top of that, and then every Karen
yeah,
went super Karen. You know what a super Saiyan is?
yeah. And then you had of course, I call the male counterpart to that. I call them the Darrens.
The Darrens. Yeah, it's the Karens and the Darrens.
Yeah,
Hundred
some people
percent.
call him Kevin. Some people call him the Ken.
Yeah, I've heard Ken's, but I think I like Darren better because I like when it rhymes. Karen and Darren. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
that's
too
why I
funny.
picked that one because they rhyme. The Darren. Oh, here you go. Here comes Darren.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's funny, man. That's
Yeah, I make
cool.
content about that and just other funny stuff. I don't know if you've seen this guy Action Jackson on YouTube.
No, I don't know him.
Uh he makes a lot. He makes basically he roasts stuff that he sees.
Oh, nice.
He roasts the
That's,
crap out of anybody that does some weird stuff or something that's
yeah,
unusual. He'll roast it.
that's awesome. Yeah, I got a friend who does like reaction videos, and
Yeah,
he's doing pretty good. He's got like almost like 5,000 subscribers, and I mean, like, it's something, right? Like he's got his channel monetized now and everything. So that would be ideally. I'd love to get monetized. Make something out of it. Like, is that something you would do too if you could? Like, create like
oh yeah,
content that creates income for you.
oh yeah. Anything that creates income. Actually, Anchor, they you get paid to make content on Anchor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, especially if
So are you getting paid right now?
but you get paid a little bit though. But you have to make a commercial though. You have to promote a commercial, like basically
Okay.
promote
Yeah.
Anchor. You have to make a sound clip that promotes Anchor,
Right.
and then you attach it to whatever message you have, and
Yeah.
you get paid. I think 15 cents per view per list.
Okay. Cool. It's like almost like affiliate
Yeah,
marketing, but they don't even have to buy it. They just have to
listen
view
to
it. That's cool. That's
it.
very cool. Have
Yeah.
you ever done anything like affiliate marketing or drop shipping or anything like that? Because I know some guys with muscular dystrophy. They get online. They can create a business that way. Have you ever done
Yeah.
anything like that?
Yeah, no, I haven't even thought about that.
No. Well, I'd recommend looking into it because say like you create that website of yours, right? If you became like say an Amazon associate, right? You can put links to certain products that you like on Amazon. You'd be like, oh yeah, these are my headphones, right? You can put the headphones that you have right now, right? And if somebody buys them, you make a commission.
Yeah.
So it's a good little way to, monetize what you're creating.
Yeah.
That's cool. So you said you had a bit of a part time job. That's
It's
great because I know so many dudes with DMD that have no employment or income other than Social Security or whatever.
Yeah, actually, my goal is to get off of that
Yeah, no
completely
doubt.
relying on government benefits.
Exactly. So
I mean, it could be
tell me a
possible.
little bit about. I don't know how exciting your job is, but just tell me a bit about what you do if you don't mind.
So basically, I'm working for this attorney that used to be at one point my mom's attorney.
Okay.
I helped her become a citizen of the U.S. So she recently became a citizen about
Nice.
over a year ago. So so we kind of kept close ties with her, and lately she needed someone to go help her scan the old files of her former clients.
Yep.
So I actually joined in. I said, and I'll help you scan those files. I'll turn
Nice.
them into PDFs.
Right.
So I turn them into PDFs and get paid for that, and also get rid of a lot of the old files, like shred them and whatnot.
Hmm.
So yeah, so that's
Well,
pretty much scan and do that.
that's good. I mean, it's something you can do on the computer mostly, and that's good. I'm telling younger guys with DMD that it's not likely they're going to work in a factory or be a firefighter or something like that. You got to look to the future a little bit, and like computers and stuff like that is definitely the way to go. So I know you're a big sports fan. So am I. We were talking about the Super Bowl. You're actually an LA Rams fan, and they will be playing in the Super Bowl 1 week from today. How excited are you for that?
Well, yeah, my team is going to be doing. It's going to be playing. So of course, yeah, and hopefully Cooper Cup and the other guy Van Jefferson, uh they kind of they do their they basically do their best, make the best effort.
Yeah, no doubt. Now Cooper Cup, did he break both the records for receptions and receiving yards, or was he
I think
or was he second? What's that?
yeah, I think he's the one that does all the
Yeah,
he's known for I kind of see him how he basically he's made it several touchdowns by throwing the basically kind of like throwing the ball and having good catches. By Van Jefferson is a good catcher,
yeah,
and he's kind of has the speed to go across the field. They would
yeah.
be
They definitely got some talented receivers in Cooper Cup. I love how he just like he'll do anything. He'll run any route. Like he'll get
yeah
crushed on the next play, and then on the very next play he'll like score a touchdown. It doesn't even matter. Like had one of the best years ever for a receiver.
yeah.
That's awesome. So you're a SoCal guy,
Yeah,
born and raised. Like, tell
pretty
me
much.
what it's like living in SoCal because honestly, I'm 100% jealous living in the great white cold north.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's pretty much where I lived all my life, so that's pretty much all I know. So it's just like it's just everyday things.
Yeah.
And when people that I kind of notice that people that come to SoCal from many different areas and never been there haven't really paid attention to it. They think it's just all Hollywood and Santa Monica and the pier
Right.
and San Francisco and
But
it's
there's
more to
regular
that.
towns too, right?
It's more to there's more to it than just that. You know, you have. I mean, California is like a multi geographical area. You have mountains, deserts. You have California has one of the hottest places on earth, the Death Valley. So if
Yeah,
anybody
I've heard of Death Valley, eh? That's the hottest place on earth.
during the summer, it can get super. Yeah, one of the hottest places on earth. Yeah,
Yeah, at least it's a dry heat.
yeah. Very dry heat, but then to a
Yeah,
detriment also because of the risk for fires.
yeah, no doubt.
The fires. Oh, we had several bad fires, bad ones over the past few years.
Yeah, yeah, I bet. Yeah, there's been wildfires like all over the world. Like Australia had some, and British Columbia here in
Oh
Canada
yeah.
had some. Yeah, so it's been crazy. I mean, we've got some crazy weather going on in our world right now, and then everything is made worse by the pandemic. So how have you been affected by the pandemic? Have you like I
Well,
don't know I don't know about uh, California if you have lockdowns or
oh
whatever, but
yeah. Oh, the lockdowns are. Yeah, we do have some of the strictest regulations in
really,
the whole country.
oh wow,
Like yeah, they
that's
had like the when it all started, the governor quickly put he put mandates.
yeah,
He didn't put it without hesitation. And well, the thing about I don't know how it is in Canada, but here in the U.S., depending on the area you're at, it also everything's attached to politics in many
yeah,
aspects. Unfortunately, the politics being either all Democratic or Republican leaning. So I any area that was more Republican leaning, they had the least restrictions.
right,
That's some of the
okay,
least restrictions, like Texas or Florida.
right.
Some of
They
the
got
areas that
that,
are more Republican than
yeah,
areas like California and New York that are more Democratic, and they have some of the most strictest regulations when it came to pandemic.
yeah. That's interesting. That dichotomy, eh? Like how politically it can affect the way you look at a health situation, right? That's kind of funny.
And,
But
like, and then there's the thing with the states' rights. Republicans tend to be more about states' rights.
okay, yeah.
Does that happen in Canada? Do you have like province
So,
or states' rights?
now all our provinces pretty much have similar laws as the other ones. It's just like, yeah, it's not like the laws or anything are different, just that the provincial, say, politicians are in charge of those things that fall under the purview of the provincial governments. Like here in Canada, we have universal health care, right?
You got
So that
parliament too,
falls,
right? Parliament.
yeah, exactly. So our health care is run individually by the provinces. It's not run federally. So
Oh,
each province has its own way of doing health care or social services and things like that. So it's not done like it's like they get federal funding, but most of it comes from provincial taxes and things like that. So, but like all our laws and stuff like that, like very similar laws from one province to the next, right? So, like I don't know what laws like guns are a big thing in
oh, yes, yeah. I mean,
it
yeah,
goes very different from state to state, right? But here in
yeah.
Canada, guns are very restricted, and they're restricted like all across Canada. There's
Oh,
not one province that has, say, like more, you know, more loose gun laws. Let's just say it's all, it's
so,
all, it's all the same.
so based on what you're telling me, it looks like state laws are much more pronounced in the U.S. because, again, like everything is
Yeah,
tied to a political leaning.
yeah,
So areas that are also more Republican, they tend to favor more of that Second Amendment to the right to bear arms.
Right.
And those that are more Democratic, they tend to not they they tend not to use firearms or have a firearm culture.
Exactly. And
So like
like, so I'm in Canada, and I'm sure, again, I've seen this in the States as well. Like, let's not get into a debate on it because that just devolves. But like abortion is the same in every single province, right? Whereas Texas now has like a heartbeat law, and like New York and California are a lot more like you can have abortions a lot later, right? So it's everything up here. It's the same across the board, but not so much down there, right?
no, not in the U.S. No, it's all tied down to where I so yeah, I'd rather be in the middle. I'd rather go for what's right for everybody.
Yeah, for sure. That's hard to figure out, though. I
Yeah,
guess
so
that's why there's political parties, and that's why they argue, is because they both think they know what's right, and they got to figure it out, right?
it's just opinions, though. It's just basically the people that wrote their own passage
Yeah,
of the Bible. It's just opinions.
yeah,
It's basically what they experience. It's like more like a journal, like a diary of what they're living. So basically, what they live, what they experience, and they just write it down.
yeah. Yeah, that's cool. So yeah, I get it. Like we said today we wouldn't talk too much politics. We've talked around the politics, but we
It's just
haven't talked
what's normal, what I typically see.
exactly. So you seem like you are at least politically aware and involved and stuff like that, and that's good. I think because I think we can agree as people with Duchenne muscular dystrophy. We got to make our voices heard to
Oh yes,
politicians,
definitely.
right? So we can change,
Yeah,
policy and stuff like that. So
because I kind of noticed in the last debate before the election, I noticed that the presidential debate, I noticed that people with disabilities were not mentioned,
right,
or they're hardly ever mentioned. They don't mention them. They don't talk
yeah,
about them. If they do, they
yeah,
talk about older elderly people that are already too old and they have disabilities. But they hardly ever talk about young people with disabilities. Whether it doesn't matter if it's spinal cord injury or neuromuscular disease, nothing was said about them. Nothing.
no, it's true, and I think it's unfortunate, but I think it's on us, people like you and me, to
Yeah.
talk about it and contact our local politicians. So have you ever done anything like, it doesn't matter which party or whatever, but have you ever done like anything political? Have you ever like petitioned government
I
leaders?
haven't wrote petitions, but I've signed several petitions.
Nice.
Like here in the U.S., in New York, in New York City, they the mayor just passed a law just for the city to allow none citizens to vote.
Really?
I'm not kidding. Yes, I'm not kidding. So anybody, and the only requirement is you have to be within the city for at least a month, 30 days, and you'd be
30
allowed to
days?
register to vote.
Wow. That's interesting.
I
So,
was kind of disappointed because in the
and now,
U.S. You have to be a citizen to vote.
yeah, for sure. Now,
But
your family is from Mexico, but you're a citizen.
I
That's
was born
right.
in the U.S. Yes, I was born
Okay.
in
Are
L.A.,
your
Los
parents
Angeles.
are, are your parents citizens?
Yes, they are citizens. Yeah, both. Yeah,
Yeah.
yes, they are.
So I mean, they can vote, and that's good because they chose to become citizens, and I think that makes sense. I think sometimes I'm not gonna divulge too much into politics, but sometimes if you say, "Oh, I don't think non-citizens should vote," people will say that's racist, and first of all, that doesn't make sense because that could apply to the people who are the same
That's an
race as you.
immigration status. That's an immigration status.
Yeah, that's not has nothing to do with race. Okay, so that's interesting that you think that way because you don't CNN likes to show you one point of view and Fox
Fox.
another, and that's like
I listen
is the
to
truth
everything. I try to listen.
somewhere in the
Nowadays, I've been
middle.
listening to everything.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
listen
that's
to
what
every
I do too.
perspective.
Yeah, that's what I do too. Up in Canada, we got it's mostly like well, the biggest news station in Canada is government funded, so I don't know how much you can trust that, right? But then some of the small, like independent ones, they're criticized by the legacy media. But to me, the smaller ones, whether it's left or right, they're not beholden to like major corporate sponsors, right? So they'll actually just tell you what they really think. It's okay to disagree, but like sometimes I don't even think like news outlets, like the major news outlets, are even saying what they believe. They're just saying what their shareholders believe, what they're
What they want them to
advertising.
say.
Yeah,
So they
yeah,
got
exactly.
something. Even if they come up with an idea, I'm gonna report on this, and then their superiors tell them, no, why don't you just report on this?
Right.
It's just
Yeah, it's
basically,
too
it's just
bad.
like a job. It's a job.
Yeah, but journalism and news that should be uninfluenced by outside forces. But I guess I don't know. Maybe that's too much to ask for nowadays.
Yeah, it's just how is it in
So I know,
Canada about citizenship? Do you automatically become a Canadian citizen if you're born in Canada?
yeah, if you're born in Canada, you're a Canadian.
Oh, okay.
Um, but if you want to, I don't really know the immigration policy. Like I was born in Canada myself, so but like my grandparents came to this country, and after a while, they're called like landed immigrants at first, and then you get
Oh,
permanent residency. So you're allowed to like stay in the country, work in the country, all that stuff. You're afforded like social health care and the other social benefits, but pretty much you're just still not a citizen, and you can't vote until you take like some sort of citizenship test and things like
that's
that.
interesting. So
Yeah,
even if you're a citizen, but if you haven't taken the citizenship test, then you can't vote.
essentially, right? So yeah, like you're a landed, what they call a permanent resident, which is like 99% of being a citizen, except you can't vote. And then
There's
if you take the
certain benefits you
citizenship,
can't receive.
no, you can really receive most benefits. You can still get like Social Security or old age pension or like employment insurance, whatever, or health care because you're in Canada. So if you're here and you're working, especially, and you're like a part of the society, you get those quote unquote benefits of our society, right? So the only thing is you can't vote until you become a citizen.
And also, and and then here in the U.S., actually, I forgot to mention this. You cannot be a president if you were not born in the United on American soil. You cannot be a president.
Oh. Okay, well, what about Ted Cruz? Ted Cruz was born in Canada.
Yeah, yeah, I know about that. Yeah, yeah.
So
He could run for the Senate, or to become a representative. He could do that, but anything but the president to run for president.
I thought he ran to become president in the primary.
No, I don't. He wanted to run, but I don't think he ran. I don't remember him running. I
Okay,
don't remember.
I don't know.
No, he
You
didn't
would
run.
know
No,
better.
Ted Cruz didn't run. No,
Okay, you would know better than me, that's for sure.
no, he didn't run.
That's
He's
funny.
actually the one. I think the senator of Texas right now. I think he is.
Yeah,
And the way he
yeah, one
handled
of,
you heard about the bad winter storm that last year in Texas, right?
yeah. I heard about that. They had like An inch of ice everywhere.
And then the power went out, and they were negligent about the power grid, and hundreds of people died because of hypothermia.
Really?
And then I don't know if you remember Ted Cruz. He took him and his family went to I think Cancun.
Oh, during the
Yes, during the winter storm. Legit, yeah.
That's not a good look.
And then the governor of Texas, to add insult to injury, he has a disability. He has a spinal cord injury.
Greg Abbott. Yeah, he uses a wheelchair. Yeah, I seen him.
And he also didn't take care of the power situation. He just didn't care about the residents of Texas.
Crazy.
And him out of all people, if you I kind of see people with spinal cord injuries when they're paralyzed from the waist down, they have a hard time keeping their legs warm.
Yeah, for sure. You'd think he'd be
understanding for that.
To help them out. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, Greg Abbott, and also I found out, I did research on him, and lo and behold, he has been sued by disability rights groups, disability group activists.
Really?
For making a stupid statement claiming that people that have visual disabilities is not a disability.
What?
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah.
I think if you're blind, that counts as a disability. That's a big time disability, right?
He said that doesn't count as a disability.
Oh my god, that's insane, because over 70% of the information that our brain takes in is visual. So if you aren't getting the same amount of information as everybody else, that literally is the definition of disability. Wow, what a jackass.
He got into I think it was I don't know what happened. It was back in the 80s where there was some bad accident that he ended up paralyzed from the waist down.
Right.
And you think, he'd understand, out of all people, he'd be the best person to understand this whole situation.
Yeah, you would think. Oh my gosh.
And then this year he made another statement, because there was basically a similar winter storm, but not as bad as the one from last year, but now he got things prepared.
Wow.
But I think of it on the other perspective as well. I think of the other perspective of Texas never had such a storm like that in their history.
Yeah.
So they were not prepared. I mean, compared to somebody that, like yourself, that lives in an area up in Canada, you're already used to that. You're prepared.
Yeah, we're prepared. It so happens about 10 years ago, there was this storm in Montreal where so much ice was on power lines, like literally layers of ice, adding up to a foot, and it would bring down entire power lines. And they called in the army to help out, because otherwise people would have froze. They're froze to that. So I don't know why Texas at that point, why wouldn't they call in the National Guard or something, right? Isn't that what it's there for?
They eventually did it. They did call all those services.
Okay.
And the funny part is, Texas is being very Republican, right? It took a congresswoman from New York who is a Democrat to initiate basically help, to go send help to Texas residents.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard of her. Her name is Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
Oh, yeah. I know about AOC.
Yeah, I saw her going down to Texas. Where are the senators and representatives that are from Texas? What happened to first response? To the first response from them? Where is that at?
Who knows? Who knows? They were, I don't know, sleeping on the job or something.
Just but then but it looks like this year they were more prepared.
Yeah, that's good. Hey, do you play any video games or anything like that?
I did, yeah. I did it a long time ago. I used to play, and then I played again during the pandemic.
Nice.
So it's mostly just story mode. Mostly story mode. I was not really playing online.
Yeah.
But mostly story mode.
That's interesting. Yeah, I don't play a lot of games either. If anything, I play like old school games, like Pac-Man and like Space Invaders. I like
Yeah.
and Pong. I play the really really old games from like the '80s and stuff like that. I don't know. It's just more simple for me. It's just yeah. I don't like playing games that stress me out. Like sometimes I see people playing video games, and it's like they're getting actually stressed out.
They
And I'm
get
like,
angry. They're like, and
yeah,
they start punching things, and
isn't this supposed to help you relax? That's
yeah.
cool. So what else do you like to do? You said you like to eat. You said you like a
Oh,
good
eating. Oh,
ribeye.
yeah. I do like to taste different foods. Yeah, I like. Yeah, I am a foodie. I do like to taste stuff,
Nice.
like a
Yeah,
lot
I'm
of
a
ethnic
big
food.
foodie. Yeah. Okay. So do you like Indian food?
Oh yeah, I do like. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Oh, I love Indian food. I love Mexican, Indian. I love Thai food, things like that. So,
Oh
do,
yeah,
do you like to
sushi.
do you like
You
to cook?
I try. Yeah, I actually do help out. Actually, uh, I've done a few times. I season like the meat, like if it's skirt steak,
Yeah.
I do. I kind of
Nice.
season it to a particular way, and it comes out actually good though. It comes out good. I massage the whole thing. Just
That's
like many
awesome.
chefs, they add in the ingredients and they start basically massaging the whole pieces of meat
Yeah.
until it's all coated with the seasonings.
That's awesome, man. Good for you. So, yeah, I can't really physically do that, but whoever I got here helping me, I'll tell them what I want. Like I had this guy here the other day, and like he wasn't much of a cook, but him and I, he was following my instructions, and we made this Thai green curry, and it turned out absolutely amazing. So
Oh,
like even if like someday you can't physically do it yourself, if you know what to do, you can definitely tell whoever's helping you and whip up some good stuff.
that's what I did one time with when my mom was doing fried rice. So I kind of guided her like based on the video I was watching. I don't know if you seen this guy. His name is Quang Tran. He's also from Canada.
Oh no, I haven't seen them. I should check
Some
them
some
out.
some Asian guy. He's Vietnamese.
Okay, cool.
So he I seen how he does fried rice. He makes all types of food, all types of ethnic food.
Yeah,
So he goes from he he made this fried rice. He put this ingredient that I tried it. I tried that ingredient, and that fried rice, it made it taste way much better.
that's awesome. That's
Yeah,
really
so I made
cool.
it taste like, this feels like gourmet now.
That's
That feels like
awesome.
gourmet now. Oh. So I kind of guided my mom how to, okay, you do this, and you have to put this amount of this powder, this sauce and whatnot.
Yeah,
So yeah.
that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. What else do you like to do in your spare time? I know with the pandemic, maybe it's harder to go places and stuff. But what do you like to do with your free time? What do you like to do with your friends? Stuff like that.
Well, actually, I had a lot of plans that that were interrupted because of the pandemic. So one time I was about to join an advocacy group for the MDA.
Oh, really? Nice.
So I was going to go speak at an event. It was at a golf course. It was basically speaking to a lot of people that were pretty wealthy, doing well for themselves, a lot of business owners. So I had to kind of, try to persuade why they need to, why we need to invest in people that have neuromuscular diseases. Why is it important to, help them and do stuff like that?
Yeah, exactly.
Just trying to be persuasive, but that was scheduled. When that was scheduled, that actually was during the pandemic, and they put all these lockdowns, and they had to cancel everything.
That sucks. Yeah, that sucks.
But then,
Yeah, there's this.
I like doing that sort of thing. I was passionate about. I was getting ready to do it.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. That's really good. So
I know.
hopefully, once the pandemic or whatever the restrictions are over, you're gonna
Yeah,
try and do that kind of stuff again.
I think some of the restrictions are just exaggerated. I think they're a little too much. But each his own. Each his own.
Yeah,
But
fair enough.
Another thing I like to go do is take like short road trips to like some cities. Lately I've been wanting to travel to another country though. Lately,
Nice. Well, if you come to Canada, come in the summertime.
yeah. I know. Yeah. Definitely in the summer. Yeah,
Yeah,
but actually,
yeah,
where I'm from in the summer, that's when you have that's where I get extreme heat though. I get the extreme heat where I live.
yeah, for sure.
You actually get temperatures like 40 degrees
Hmm.
Celsius, like 40,
That's crazy.
41 at the most, like the maximum.
That's that's crazy hot. What other countries would you like to travel to? Would you ever want to go to, say, South America or Europe?
Yeah, actually, I was thinking about going across the Pacific first. You know, Japan, Hawaii,
Nice.
or Guam, or the Philippines,
Yeah.
because because
That'd
of the
be,
proximity to the Pacific Ocean. So you know, I'd rather
yeah,
go
for sure.
travel. Any countries that are around the Pacific,
That's awesome.
and
Yeah.
also,
See, I've
yeah,
never been, I've never been to any of those countries myself. I've traveled to Europe a little bit, UK and the Netherlands, and then um, I've been to Washington State, Oregon State. I've been to British Columbia, Montreal, stuff like that. So,
and how old were you when you
uh,
went to Europe?
16, I think. Yeah.
Uh,
And then I've been to Florida. Been to Florida a couple times and New York City a couple times too. I like New York City a lot. It's a fun city.
yeah. And what was the most recent area you went to recently, like within the past 10, 15 years?
5 years ago, I went to Florida. 8 years ago was the trip to British Columbia, Washington, and Oregon. Yeah.
Oh,
Unfortunately, my traveling days are probably behind me, but I'm fortunate what I was able to do. Like, grateful. I'm very grateful for what I've been able to do, like, in my life, and I think that's. I think you mentioned that earlier too, being happy or grateful. I think that's like an important thing is to be grateful for the blessings that you do have in your life, for the things that you are able to accomplish, and then when there are difficulties, that you work hard as you can to overcome them. Oh, kind of what are your thoughts on just, living with DMD, struggling with things that are difficult? Do you laugh? Do you cry? What do you
oh,
do? Do you both, right?
I shout too.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I
So,
shout. Yeah, I do scream. Yeah, I can still scream really loud.
good, good. So, I don't know, say there's a 12-year-old watching with Duchenne muscular dystrophy, and you want to give them a little bit of advice or hope or whatever for the future. Just, what would you want to tell the kid?
Oh well, first of all, for any kids who are listening and you have Duchenne muscular dystrophy, I'm just gonna give you I'm just gonna tell you to have hope and have faith in yourself, and listen to the people that motivate you to live and motivate you to even do better, whether it be psychologically or physically. Listen to those people that are helping you do better, and don't be negative. Don't think negative. I know sometimes, yes, sometimes in the back of your mind you just want to, doubt yourself and think that that no, I suck and this, but don't think that way. Don't think that you suck. You don't suck. It's just you you can the experiences you're living with if you have Duchenne, for example, if you have Duchenne, um uh that's a good moment to basically share your experience, what it's like to have this disease, a rare disease,
Yeah.
so other people can understand, because there's many people who don't understand because we haven't spread the word enough, and that's what we're trying to do, spread the word, so it could be normalized. It's okay for it not to be a stigma. And
That's awesome, man.
and also if you're young, I know this is the age that you making friends with a lot of people. That's where you hang out with anybody. I mean, you're young. If there are other kids that don't like you because you're in a wheelchair and they don't want to be your friends, let them go. Let them go. Don't waste your time with them. Don't waste your energy with them. Hang out with people that want to be your friends. They don't care if whether you have a disability or not. They don't care. They just see you as their friend and they treat you as your friend. Hang out with those people. Worry about those people. Don't worry about those that don't want you. Let them go. Let them have it. Let them have it. Don't feel bad about that. Don't feel bad. Don't ruin your life or don't let that put you down.
That's awesome.
Even
Thanks,
if
man.
if you're in school and even if they're the most popular kid in school, whether you're in middle school or even in high school, um, who cares? I mean, it's all about it feels more liberating to think about yourself and your goals and what you have going on yourself. Because when you're thinking about others, what they have going on, you feel like you're in chains. You feel like you're a prisoner. You're their prisoner,
Right.
and you don't want to be thinking like a prisoner, or you don't want to think like a slave. You got to free yourself, free your mind. Sometimes you want to change yourself, and you want to become somebody else's slave, like some people that don't care about you. They just you just want to lick their feet. Forget about that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't be their pet.
Yeah.
You're not
Don't
their pet. You're not a
no.
pet for nobody.
And don't compare yourself to other people. Just compare
Exactly.
yourself to what you can do and what you can be. Right.
Exactly. Don't compare yourself. You're unique. You have your own stuff. You're unique.
Exactly.
And although I do believe in community, but despite believing in community, helping each other out, we're still individuals at the end of the day.
Yep.
And the beautiful thing about it is well, I like to see people coming together that have different opinions and different personalities and agreeing on one thing. Yeah, because
Yeah. That's awesome.
there's a time to express the commonality you have between different people, and there's a time to express your individuality.
Amen. Amen, man. That's awesome. Well, man, Raphael, I want to thank you so much for your time today. I say we're gonna wrap it up now. Like I said, thank you very much for your time and sharing. I think this will be helpful for a lot of young dudes with DMD. And after we're done the chat, send me your socials or whatever you want to share. I'll put it in the description, and people can find you, connect with you, follow you, however, whatever you want. We'll make that happen. So, yeah, thanks for hanging out and thanks for chatting with me.
Here is the one for Instagram. This is my Instagram. I don't use Twitter. I don't use Twitter that much. That's my Instagram. And Anchor.
All right. Well, I'll add it to the. I, all
Go
right,
quick.
give me 30 seconds. Okay, no, that's not gonna happen right now. I'm too slow. So I'll put it in the description below so people can check you out on Instagram. And yeah, man, thanks again, and um, thank you very much. And let's do it again sometime. All right.
Sure. I think I almost got this. Let's see real quick. I think I have the thing for the Anchor.fm. That's the only two I'm using.
Okay.
This one's a little slow. Quick.
I'm just gonna add it afterwards. So okay, just because it's take a bit of time. I actually have to leave like the area to come in. Yeah, it doesn't matter. But I'll put
There
it
you
in
go.
after.
There you go.
Awesome. I got them both now,
Sure.
and I will add them to the video description. And all right, Josh and Raphael signing off. Peace.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me. Hope you have a blessed day and cheers.